Don't let landlords take advantage of you. Watch this video before you sign your commercial lease. If you're a startup business, I'm about to share with you important insight and information that will help you secure a strong lease agreement on terms that you understand and benefit you. Hi everyone, I'm Kavita Korbhatia, founder of Acreage Real Estate. I specialize in the sales and leasing of commercial property. I've helped countless people lease their first commercial space, and I'm excited to be sharing valuable insight with you. In my previous video, I went over essential knowledge you need to be armed with before you go searching for a commercial space. If you haven't seen that video, please watch it to get educated on different types of commercial spaces, city requirements, zoning, demographics, and budgeting you should consider before searching for a space. In this video, I will be giving you guidance on how to lease your first commercial space successfully and have a positive experience doing it. So, now that you've found the space you like and the points I discussed in the previous video all checked out, what's next? In the commercial leasing process, once you like a commercial space, the next step is to submit an application and a letter of intent. Generally, both of these are submitted together as a package, but each of these documents accomplishes a different goal, and it's important for you to understand what that is. A landlord approves a tenant based on two things: the tenant's finances and capabilities, which is what an application is for, and the terms of the lease, which is what the LOI is for. In this video, I'm going to break down the importance of submitting a solid lease application to win over a landlord so that the landlord is more than willing to approve the terms of your lease that benefit you. The lease application is the first real impression you'll make to the landlord. Make it count. Sure, you've shared your passion for your business venture with the landlord and their team, but the landlord wants to know, how serious are you, and do you really have the capability to put your money where your mouth is? A lease application is the financial approval part of your application. It's to assess and weigh the risk of a tenant. The landlord needs to know if you're financially capable of staying in business and paying rent each month and on time. Aside from the typical information such as your name, address, and phone number, the lease application will include questions about your annual income, such as an assets, like a house you might own, stocks, and any funds in the bank. It also asks about liabilities, such as any loan payments on a house, your car payments, credit card payments, etc. As part of the lease application, you will also be requested to submit supporting documentation. Most likely, you will be requested to submit a copy of a driver's license, 2 months bank statements, past 2 tax returns, and they will most likely want to run your credit report. A business plan might also be requested from you. If you have a corporation, you would most likely need to submit corporate and personal supporting documents. Now, there's a chance you might not have some of these documents, or your credit score might not be very strong. Generally, a score below 650 is considered weak. If your finances are not strong, not to worry. Consider finding a lease cosigner whose financials are strong. Check with a family member or a dependable friend that believes in your business dream as much as you do. Chances are you will find someone that believes in you. Another way around this is to be ready to offer a landlord higher security deposit to help overcome your weak financial history. Generally, there are no limits to security deposit amounts for commercial spaces in most states in the United States. I can't emphasize enough how important it is for you to know your financial capability and strength prior to submitting an application. You want to go into the leasing process with leverage. Being financially strong, even if it is using the support of a cosigner, will make you an attractive tenant and demonstrate to the landlord that you're a capable startup business owner. Here's the truth, and you need to be aware of this. Startup businesses are generally considered a higher risk tenant. Think about this. If someone has several years of experience in a business, they know the ins and outs of that business. They understand the challenges and have overcome those challenges. And the fact that they've remained in business demonstrates that they know what they're doing. On the other hand, a startup business doesn't have a running business to show for. Therefore, from a landlord's perspective, there is a higher chance of failure due to inexperience. Add to that a weak financial history to begin with, well, that takes away the motivation of a landlord to take a chance with the startup business. They're a higher risk and less attractive tenant than someone who has been in business. Many commercial landlords would rather keep a space empty than to lease to a risky tenant with a high chance of failure. Please understand, and I can't emphasize this enough, the more open you are about your financial information, the more comfortable a landlord will be in negotiating lease terms with you. People sometimes hold back from showing too much money in the bank because they think a landlord will demand higher rent. But in my experience, that's never been the case. Landlords generally are more cooperative on lease terms with financially strong tenants. So if you've got money in the bank, please don't hold back in showing it. On the other hand, if you have lots of money, but it's under a mattress somewhere, that doesn't generally count for much as that can't be proved. Therefore, money in a bank account is what matters to a landlord. A lot of startups spend a lot of time selling the landlord on their business idea and their passion for their venture. And though that is definitely helpful information, the landlord really wants to know if they can count on you to pay their rent every month and stay in business. Now, there's another thing you can do to increase a landlord's confidence in your startup business. Consider submitting a resume. Aside and along with your finances, you can also discuss your past experience in the workforce. Let's say you're opening your first coffee shop. And although this is a new venture, you've had years of experience working at a restaurant. It would be highly beneficial to share your experience with a landlord. A coffee shop and a restaurant are both in the food industry with heavy emphasis on providing good customer service. Now, perhaps you might not have been working in the same industry as your startup business, but if you have managerial experience running another business, that will be helpful information too. But in the event you don't have a resume to submit, consider bringing a staff member on board that has some experience and use their experience to obtain confidence of the landlord. The purpose of the lease application is to see your financial capability and assess your risk. My purpose for this video was to teach you to identify your weaknesses and solve them even before a landlord sees them. You need to make a strong first impression through your lease application. Once a landlord sees you as a strong and capable tenant, they will be more than likely to review your letter of intent with confidence and work with you on the lease terms. Be sure to watch my next video in which I'll dive into lease terms to include in your letter of intent. I wish you all the success in your business venture. Please like this video if you found it to be useful, and please follow us for more future videos. Thank you for watching and see you next time.